Folks, we're here again, the end of another great week, or average week of professional wrestling.
It's been a pretty good week.
Yeah, it's not bad. Not a bad week. Not the best week, but not the worst week.
The Cesaro push, we had the
Yeah.
Divas Revolution.
Yeah, there was a lot of good stuff on Raw, some good stuff on SmackDown.
We had a lot of
Thank God there was NXT for the middle part. Just tough enough, sure as hell ain't doing it.
That's why that video was named that.
But we already done talked about all that stuff.
Yeah.
We even talked about Battleground and what we think is going to happen.
Yep.
But there's a little group, or lots of groups, that we're going to talk about here. That's the independent wrestling scene. Those are the independent workers, the guys who go and bust ass every weekend, so you can go down to your local American Legion and watch guys wrestle, or local rec center, or auditorium of some sort,
School gym.
an armory, state fair. These are the guys that do all the groundwork, the legwork. Who wrestles in a baseball stadium? Acoustics are fucking terrible.
Hey, Ring of Honor's got Field of Honor coming up where they wrestle on a baseball field.
Alright, but we got some results to shoot off. We're going to kick it off with Ring of Honor from Destination America.
Yes, Ring of Honor this past week, obviously, once again, not on the midweek wrap-up. We're hoping it can move to the midweek wrap-up, but as of right now, it's starting off this...
Because we want that to be longer.
Yeah. Hopefully after Tough Enough is over. Or we can just eliminate Tough Enough altogether.
Can Tough Enough just be over? And then, choose the winner next week?
Unfortunately not. So we opened up Ring of Honor this week with a rematch from Best of the World. We had Adam Page taking on Matt Sydal. Adam Page had BJ Whitmer and Colby Corino in his corner. This was very heavy offense from Matt Sydal. And even though BJ Whitmer and Colby Corino tried to get involved a couple of times, Matt Sydal still picked up the win via the Shooting Star Press. Pretty cool. He had a cool little kick and knee combo that set Adam Page up. He hits the Shooting Star, gets the win. He won at Best in the World as well, so this is 2 wins for Matt Sydal.
But the Decade are not sore losers.
They are not douchebags. Because BJ Whitmer would get in, start beating the hell out of Matt Sydal. Colby started throwing chairs in the ring.
Yeah.
And then ACH, who's in a feud with Adam Page, runs out. He starts beating up Adam Page.
Who's on the ground, still recouping from the Shooting Star Press.
He doesn't... ACH doesn't care that Matt Sydal's getting his ass kicked by BJ Whitmer. But when BJ realizes that ACH is beating up Adam Page, BJ goes over, he starts beating up ACH, grabs ACH and kind of puts him in a chokehold and kind of holds him there and allows... makes ACH watch as Adam Page hits the rite of passage, his reverse tombstone, on a stack of chairs onto Matt Sydal. So yeah, Matt Sydal was a little worse for wear after that. I think we're setting up for a potential tag team match next week, the Decade taking on ACH and Matt Sydal, which will be a hell of a match.
That'd be a great match to have on specifically the 200th episode of Ring of Honor on TV.
Is that how that works?
Yeah. This 200th episode.
Holy
There should be some big stuff going on.
Yeah.
I just, shooting here, predicting maybe an eight-person tag team match.
No, that's just
Getting the hopes up too high?
Yeah. We had Veda Scott come out and talk a little crap to Moose. She was pretty much saying that everything that he has tried, he's failed. Everything that he could have had in Ring of Honor is going to be Cedric Alexander's after Death Before Dishonor, where they will face
mediocre career.
Is that all?
That's my zing on Veda Scott.
Oh, but you like Veda Scott.
I do, but I'm just saying, Moose, if you would have stick around with that tramp, just mediocre career for you. Now that you're back and on your own and hanging out with maybe just Stokely Hathaway.
Yeah, he still got Stokely.
Good things are in store for Moose.
All right.
Cedric Alexander's going to take your place as the forever mid-carder.
Well, let's hope for the best for Moose. We'll move on to a match where we had Silas Young taking on Will Ferrara. Will Ferrara has a lot of really good technical style in the ring. He was getting a lot of holds.
He's also got a lot of good getting hurt.
Yes.
By Silas Young.
Well, Silas Young is a big dude, and he delivers some heavy shots. The one that was really scary was the DDT in the corner.
Yeah.
Like, Will Ferrara was on the offense, and Silas turned around just for a second and DDT'd him so close to the ropes, and Will Ferrara sold it so well, I was, like, terrified for a second. But then this actually brought out the boys, Dalton Castle's boys. They get up...
Oh. Not Boys to Men.
No, it's a new tag team called The Boys.
Oh. It's actually just the Mean Street Posse of masks.
Boy 1 and Boy 2. Just The Boys.
With a Z?
Yeah, because it's edgy.
Yeah, like the early 2000s.
So the boys get up on the apron as Silas is looking to hit Misery on Will Ferrara. He gets distracted by the boys as he turns around. This allows Will Ferrara to jump off of his shoulders, roll him up, get the win, and walk away while Silas Young beats the fuck out of the boys. Knocks one of them off the apron, does the elevated DDT to the other one.
Then he gets one of them with Misery.
Yeah, and nobody comes out to save them.
Well, there was nobody there to save them.
Like, Will Ferrara, you probably could have, like, stuck around.
Yeah, well, he's afraid he's going to have to stick around in the apron from another one of those DDTs.
I guess that's a good reason to leave.
Yeah.
Then our main event...
sorry. I don't want to hang around a pissed off Silas Young.
No? You sure?
Especially because the main reason he got pissed off is because I just pinned him.
That's fair. Okay. I guess he's looking out for number one, right?
Yeah.
Then our main event... Our main event was Jay Lethal defending the television title against Mark Briscoe.
Fun match.
Yeah, this was interesting because it was like, it seemed like Mark Briscoe was such a badass that everything that Truth Martini threw at Mark Briscoe, he just stopped. Because first off, he's facing off with Jay Lethal, and then while
the world champion and television champion.
Yes. They get to the outside where Jay Lethal is holding Mark Briscoe and Truth Martini is about to hit him with the Book of Truth. ODB comes out and stops that. Then they get back in the ring. Then a few minutes later, when Mark Briscoe's back on the offense, Jay Diesel comes out, gets beat up by Mark Briscoe. And then later, we got Mark Briscoe going up to hit what we think is probably the Froggy Bow. And then Banana Hands, Donovan Dijak shows up. But
Jay Briscoe's like, fuck you!
Yeah, he dives onto Donovan Dijak, pulls him off the apron. We have all kinds of chaos at this point because everyone's got people in their corner, and Jay Lethal actually ends up diving onto ODB, which causes a major distraction where Mark is worried about her, but this allows Jay Lethal to actually hit Lethal Injection on Mark Briscoe.
After Jay Diesel hit him in the ding-ding.
Hit him in the ding-ding! Oh, thank you, Karina. Jay Lethal hits Lethal Injection, picks up the win, and retains the TV title. We get more chaos ensues, lots of beatdowns. Roderick Strong, who was a commentary, jumps in, helps the Briscoes, and challenges Jay Lethal to a 6-man tag match. Him and the House of Truth taking on Roderick Strong and the Briscoes. And then ODB goes, no. There's not just 3 of them. There's 4 of us, and there's 4 of them. ODB's gunning for Truth Martini. So next week...
And Jay Lethal accepts.
Yeah. So next week on the 200th episode, we get Roderick Strong, ODB, and the Briscoes versus the House of Truth in full.
That should be fun.
I'm so excited to watch ODB beat the fuck out of Truth Martini.
I'm calling it right now, Truth Martini gorilla presses Mark Briscoe.
Really?
Nope.
But that was it for Ring of Honor. We're going to pass it over to Mr. Kevin Hawk, who has a couple other results from this past weekend.
Yeah, we had AAW, United We Stand.
Yeah.
Sounds like a pretty decent show.
I saw a picture of Chris Hero elbowing Tommaso Ciampa in the face.
Really hard.
Tommaso Ciampa's face is like... So.
Yeah, it happened.
Yeah.
But we started out with a 6-man tag where Matt Fitchett, DJZ, and Davey Vega defeated Tyler Thomas and Zero Gravity.
Ooh.
We had Matt Cage defeat Shane Hollister. The tag team match, Lewis Linden, the Heritage Champion, teamed with Colt Cabana. They defeated Gregory Iron and the former Heritage Champion, Christian Faith. We had Ohio is for Killers successfully defend the tag team championships against the Hooligans. Post-match, the Hooligans attacked Ohio is for Killers, leaving them beat down. We had Eddie Kingston defeat Buck Nasty in a quick match. We had a promo from Chris Hero. Chris Hero saying that this has been 7 years since his last appearance in AAW.
Holy shit.
And then he has a match where he loses to Tommaso Ciampa. Tyson Dux defeated Marcus Crane. Tag team women's action. Candice LeRae and Heidi Lovelace defeat Allison Kay and Taylor Hendricks. And in the main event, Ethan Page... Yeah, right? And in the main event, Ethan Page successfully defends the AAW Championship against Johnny Gargano.
Ooh.
And then the next day on the 18th in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, we had House of Hardcore 9.
Lots of big names on this one.
Yeah, lots of names in general. Starting off with having Chris Hero defeat Tommy Dreamer in the opening match. Follow that up with Robert Roods defeating Robert Roode.
There's two.
There's only one.
There's Robert and Bobby.
Yeah, Robbie Roods. Mandy and Dandy, Randy and Danny Mandy. No, Bobby Roode defeated Pepper Parks.
Nice.
We had a 8-man tag match where Team Tremendous teamed up with Hacker Scotty and Matt Stryker. They defeated Ethan Page, RJ City, Vic Delicious, and Ben Ortiz. We had John Hennigan, a.k.a. Johnny Nitro, a.k.a. John Morrison, a.k.a. Johnny Mundo, defeat Tony Nese.
Interesting thing about Johnny Mundo, Morrison, Nitro, Hennigan. He's the newest guest on the Stone Cold podcast. And Stone Cold actually calls him the man of 1,000 last names.
It's pretty much true.
Yeah.
The Addiction defeated the Kingdom. There was interference by Maria, but was countered by interference from Tracy Brooks, who was out there with the Addiction.
Nice.
Tommaso Ciampa defeated Eddie Kingston.
Wow.
So Ciampa on a roll.
Yeah,
Hero
no joke.
and Kingston back to back.
Very cool.
Aries, Austin Aries that is, defeated Rhino via 450 splash. And in the main event, Team 3D defeated the Young Bucks with a powerbomb off the ropes through the table.
Nice.
Kind of thing. On the Nick Jackson.
Poor Nick.
Post-match, Bubba cut a promo putting over the Young Bucks and putting over Tommy Dreamer and House of Hardcore.
I saw the Bucks and Team 3D shaking hands on Facebook.
That's it for results. We had Ring of Honor, AAW, and House of Hardcore.
Yep.
Lots of good stuff. We got 2 little bits of news. And I'm going to shoot it over to you to tell us about the next in the lineup of Figure Toys Company's indie wrestlers.
Yeah, so if you've been following our indie news for the past 2-ish months, we've been talking about the Figures Toy Company doing the independent wrestler line of action figures. We got the Briscoes, we got Adam Cole, we've got ECW guys like Blue Meanie, we've got Just Incredible. We got Mikey Whipwreck. We got all kinds of
Jim
stuff.
Cornette.
Joey Ryan, Cliff Compton, Brian Myers, all
Limited
kinds.
edition Kevin Steen.
Yeah, all kinds of action figures. The biggest conglomerate I think that we're starting to see is we're starting to get like a full set of Bullet Club guys.
Because we have the Young Bucks already and Kenny Omega.
Yep, and we do have Doc Gallows and Amber O'Neil as well.
Yeah.
Now we can officially say that potentially this will be a Bullet Club version. I'm sure if you have action figures. You got one of this guy, but a brand new AJ Styles action figure is on the way, and I can almost guarantee you it'll have Bullet Club attire.
Yeah, I mean, considering almost the entire Bullet Club is already spoken for.
Yeah.
With these figures.
I think Carl Anderson's the only one who isn't.
In the American Circuit Bullet Club, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the other guys that I can never remember.
The guys in Japan.
Yeah.
All the Islanders.
Yeah. That's it that I have. You have some upcoming news as well.
Yeah. Keeping along with our favorite weekend of the year, King of Trios. We got some more teams. As of last week, we had the first half of the bracket completely announced.
Yeah.
And since then, they've announced 2 new teams for the second half of the bracket, or whatever order they're going to be in. Who knows? United Nations has been announced. Juan Francisco de Coronado, the Proletariat War of Moldova, and Mr. Azerbaijan.
I called it.
The team that he said last week he thought was going to be representing the United Nations.
Called it. It was like two days after we did Indie News, they announced it, and I was like, hell yeah.
And then representing the Gentlemen's Club, Chuck Taylor captains in Drew Gulak and the Swamp Monster into King of Trios. So, interesting teams.
Yeah. Orange Cassidy was going to be there, but he is far too drunk.
He's tired.
Oh yeah, right. We're talking about Chikara.
He's sleepy.
But
that's it for...
that's what turns a lot of wrestlers' lives around when their children. It's like, oh, Daddy looks sleepy. Then they get off all that stuff.
But yeah, so cool. We got AJ Styles. We got the United Nations and the Gentlemen's Club.
Yeah.
Now we got to move on to upcoming events.
Yo.
So I got 3 shows. I have no idea who's wrestling on these shows. No matches are announced.
But we got shows nonetheless.
But we're going to talk about July 25th from Providence, Rhode Island. There's it's a secret show from Beyond Wrestling.
From Beyond Wrestling.
Yeah, it's going to be at their training facility, I think. I can't remember what it's called. It's like I don't know, it reminds me of Cars for some reason. But I'm blanking on the name of it. It's in Providence, Rhode Island. Cool. And if you know anything about Beyond Wrestling and you're in the area, you're going to know where it is anyways. Also, from CZW, there's going to be a live CZW show on August 8th from Voorhees, New Jersey. And then about a month later, on the 12th, there's going to be another one of these CZW WSU double headers.
Hey, we
They
like them double headers.
Yeah, I mean, you get a lot of wrestling in one day if you're doing double headers.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, but I know before any of that happens, you got some stuff coming up.
I do. So we're going to start... Well, actually, my first 2 are on the 24th, so we're going to start with the first TV tapings of Global Force Wrestling. This will be at the Orleans Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. We're going to be crowning all of their first champions.
Their first night.
Yes, because I don't know how many sets of tapings they're doing, but I do have one full set of matches, one full card that kind of starts tournaments in succession for their 4 championships.
They're diving into 4 championships right away.
4 championships right away. So the only we have one 6-man tag match that is not tournament related. We have a lot of guys I've never heard of. I don't know if you've heard of them at all, but we have Bestia 666, Blood Eagle, and Steve Payne.
Bestia 666 is a luchador.
Yes.
I can tell you that much.
Yeah. I know he was trained by Skida. That's about all I know.
Jorge Rivera.
And they will be taking on the team of Phoenix Star, Zocre, and Mysterioso Jr.
Okay, so this definitely sounds like it's sort of maybe in works with AAA or CMLL.
Global Force Wrestling, actually, if you go to their Wikipedia page, they have like 6 or 7 different promotions they're working with. Because they've got guys from Ring of Honor, they've got guys from Revolution Pro, they've got people from TNA. They're working with a lot of different companies to bring in all this talent. And then We only have one match set for the tag team tournament currently. There was two. The Time Splitters were supposed to be in tag team action, but unfortunately Chris Sabin is still injured and he had to be pulled from the show. So the only tag team match we have is the Bollywood Boys versus the Akbars.
Huh.
And that'll start.
I have a feeling there's going to be like an Indian Middle Eastern flair to that
No,
match.
no, really? I think so.
Those all guys from Ring Kicking.
Probably.
That should be fun.
But yeah, that's the only match announced for the tag team championship tournament. I'm sure more will pop up when they do the other TV tapings. By the way, the TV show is called Amped, and I don't know what channel it's on yet. But as soon as we find out,
It ain't on a channel yet. Jesus Christ.
Well, if they're doing TV tapings, I'm sure they're putting it somewhere.
They're just hoping.
And then for the women's championship, we got a triple threat match. We have Christina Von Eerie versus Mickie James versus Lady Tapa.
Alright.
Then we have what they're calling the Next Gen Championship. This is for the up-and-coming guys, the fresh-faced guys, the guys who aren't in the prime of their career yet. They're making waves. They're going to be the next generation.
So the NXT Championship.
That's fair. We have PJ Black versus Jigsaw.
Okay.
And then, because of being pulled from the tag team tournament, Kushida is taking on an opponent that has not been announced yet. And then we have 3 matches going for the Global Championship. We have Congo Kong taking on Nick Aldis. Nick Aldis, formerly known as Magnus.
Go Magnus on that one.
Yeah, I kind of figured you'd say that.
Congo Kong's a fat fuck.
We have Bobby Roode taking on a to-be-announced opponent. And we also have Brian Myers, formerly known as Kurt Hawkins, taking on Chris the Adonis Mordetsky, formerly known as Chris Masters. I imagine that the 3 of those winners will probably go into a triple threat match, and the winner of that triple threat match will be the Global Force World Champion.
I'm pinning my money on one of those TBA guys. Gargano.
Yeah.
Do it. Yeah.
Alright.
He needs to be doing it.
But also, on the 24th, we have Death Before Dishonor from Ring of Honor.
Well, I know what I'd rather be watching.
Gee. So many choices. So here, no new matches have been added. Here's what we've got so far. We have, first time ever, Adam Cole taking on Dalton Castle. We have the Briscoes taking on RPG Vice. We have Moose versus Cedric Alexander. We have ACH versus Adam Page in a no disqualification. We have the Four Corners Survival Tag Team match for the ROH Tag Team titles. The Addiction defending against Red Dragon, the Kingdoms, Michael Bennett and Matt Taven, and War Machine. And then in the main event, Roderick Strong looks to dethrone Jay Lethal and take back the World Heavyweight Championship. And then the next day, on the 25th, real quick, we got one match announced. Former tag team partners will face off as Cedric Alexander will take on Caprice Coleman.
Oh no! CNC Wrestle Factory implodes.
For like the 3rd time.
Quit playing with my emotions, guys.
That's all I got for upcoming shows. What do you got, Hawk?
Back on my set of upcoming shows, because on the 25th, coming out of South Windsor, Connecticut, it's going to be Chikara.
Chikara!
And you know what they're going to be doing?
Storming that castle?
They're going to be storming the castle.
They ain't storming Dalton Castle, are they?
No. Yeah, he's not in Chikara.
Oh, okay. But I hear his good friend Ashley Remington is.
Oh yeah, they're very close.
Yes.
A lot of matches. 7 or 8 matches already set up for this.
Let's do
we
this.
got the newest announced matches right off the bat. We're going to have Argus, the up-and-comer, versus Juke Joint Lucas Calhoun. 2 fairly young and up-and-coming competitors in Chikara.
Yeah, Lucas Calhoun
is
is really the only one that we kind of know about just because he used to be
Volvar. And then they just added for COTI points, Noken versus Jaka, so representing the BDK versus the Wrecking Crew.
Nice.
We also have more COTI action. We've got the Crown and Court being represented by Los Ice Creams, taking on the Battle Hive represented by Amasis and Worker Ant. We have the Snake Pit versus the Arcane Horde. Snake Pit being represented by Ophidian and Eddie Kingston, taking on the Arcane Horde's Batiri.
Yeah.
We have in full Atomicos 4-on-4 action, the Gentleman's Club, Chuck Taylor, Drew Gulak, Swamp Monster, and Orange Cassidy take on Dasher's Dugout, Dasher Hatfield, Mr. Touchdown, Icarus, and Heidi Lovelace. Singles action, Silver Ant versus Juan Francisco de Coronado. And then in the main event, we have the Campeonatos de Parejas on the line. The Devastation Corporation with Sidney Bacabella look to defend against the Crown and Court captains of Kimberly and Jervis Cottonbelly. Recently in an interview, Blaster McMassive said it was stupid that they were cashing their points in now.
I'm still saying it's going to be a bad weekend for Crown and Court.
Speaking of that being a bad weekend for Crown and Court, let's move right along the next day.
Chikara again!
From Providence, Rhode Island on the 26th, it will be the Immaculate Election.
One of Kevin Hawk's favorite event names to say.
Yes, absolutely. Also recently added for this is a non-COTI singles match between Frightmare of the Nightmare Warriors versus Amasis, the leader of the Battle Hive.
That's going to be a good one.
But also we have Dasher's Dugout being represented by Icarus and Heidi Lovelace in COTI action against the Battle Hive. I think... Who's going to be in that one? No.
I don't think that one's been announced yet. I don't think that one.
I wrote it down wrong. It's BDK, not the Battle Hive.
Oh.
I put their initials down here.
That makes more sense.
Yes. Because they're going against Soldier Ant and Jakob Hammermeyer.
Oh, okay.
Are Icarus and Heidi Lovelace.
That should be good.
Then there's going to be a Four Corners tag team match for tag team championship points. Hopefully.
All them points.
Batiri is going to take up one corner. BDK's Pinky Sanchez and Nocket are going to be in another. Across from them will be Jaka and Oleg of the Wrecking Crew. And in the fourth quarter will be some pairing of the United Nations.
I'm going to say Bor and Azerbaijan.
It's possible. Also, we're going to have a rematch from the Chicago show. Silver Ant versus Blaster McMassive. The match that was said to tear the house down at the Logan Square Auditorium is going to happen at Fet Music and will potentially tear the roof down again. Also, we've got Crown and Court versus the Snake Pit, COTI Full Atomico. So that's Los Ice Creams, Jervis Cottonbelly, and Princess Kimberly versus Argus Shinron, Eddie Kingston, and Team Captain Ophidian.
Yeah. Bad weekend for Crown and Court.
And then the Gentleman's Club versus the Battle Hive. This is where the Battle Hive happens.
Hey.
It's going to be Ashley Remington and the Colony versus Swamp Monster, Drew Gulak, and Chuck Taylor in trios action, COTI point on the line. And then in the main event, we have the Chikara Grand Championship. Paul Wicked defending against Dasher Hatfield. Dasher Hatfield is looking for his second attempt at the Chikara Grand Championship. It's taken him 3 years.
Hey, he went against Eddie Kingston once, right?
He was Eddie Kingston's first or second opponent.
Oh, okay.
And it's taken him approximately 3 years to get another title shot.
Wow.
So he's looking to make good on this one. Paulo Wicked best be ready. But that's it. That's what we got. That's what I got. You got anything else?
I got nothing else.
Alrighty. Thanks for watching episode 57.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching episode 57.
Thanks for all them people's liking and favoriting and sharing these videos. The videos.
Check out the playlist, because
Yeah.
there's more videos there. There's Raw, there's Midweek, there's SmackDown, and then there's predictions of what we think is going to happen at the Battle Grisound.
Yeah.
And you'll find out after Battleground if we were right.
Yes. And yeah, that'll be kicking off episode 58 next week. We'll have Battleground results. We'll have our Raw review. and all of our usual reviews, so be sure to look forward to all that stuff. All the links down in the description. First links, you can follow all of the different promotions that we just got done talking about. Below that are all of our links, where you can follow us talking about all the links of all the people we just got done talking about, plus all the other stuff like WWE, Lucha Underground, TNA sometimes, and stuff like that. And then below that are the comments. Let us know if there's any indie promotions that you want to know about, any ones that you want us to talk about specifically.
Yeah, you have a local indie fed and you want us to give them our props on this show, drop them down, plop them down in the comments, prop them up, give them props.
Facebooks, YouTubes, Twitters,
We
all that
especially
stuff.
want to see YouTubes if they got some good shit going on.
Because that way we can get a feel on how we think they're doing.
Yeah.
Thanks again for watching. We'll see you guys next week.